It's about time.
What's up guys, and welcome to this week's top 10. We're going to take a look at the best third-person shooters of all time, kicking off with one that's just come out, Quantum Break. In the game you play a character called Jack Joyce, and you have the ability to freeze time and totally pwn everyone. Neo, eat your heart out. The game was made by Remedy Entertainment, the same guys that made Max Payne 1 and 2, obviously complete masters of bullet time. And to top things off, it even had one of the hobbits in it. I mean, come on. One ring to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. Coming in at number 9, SYPHON FLTER. Probably one of the coolest third-person shooters to ever come out on the PlayStation 1. The game had you play as a spy named Logan, and he had one of the coolest running animations in the history of video games. I thought it was so cool that I used to practice running just like him. In fact, I practice so often, I think I can still do it. Let's have a look, shall we? What a total badass.
SYPHON FLTER.
Coming in at number 8, Mass Effect 2. Once again, you fill the boots of Commander Shepard, but this time you're taking the space vengeance to the collectors. Fans of the Mass Effect trilogy will tell you that Mass Effect 2 was without a doubt the sweet spot in the trilogy. Unfortunately, they were let down by a horrible ending at the end of Mass Effect 3 that they actually had to remake because it was so bad and release it as free DLC. Me myself, I haven't seen that ending because I haven't played Mass Effect. Let me say that one more time. I have never played Mass Effect. Runs and hides. Coming in at number 7, a space game that I have played, Dead Space 2. Now, Dead Space 1 was amazing. It was probably one of the best games to come out on the last generation. But Dead Space 2 took everything cool about it and just made it better. It really was a monster of a sequel. I loved playing as Isaac once again and completely shitting my pants around every dark, poorly lit corner. Till this day, I still sleep with a plasma cutter under my pillow. Thank you for the nightmares, Dead Space 2. Thank you. Coming in at number 6, Resident Evil 4. Hailed by fans as the best Resident Evil game ever made. In fact, it's hailed by mostly everyone as one of the best third-person shooters ever made. The game saw you play as Leon Kennedy, one of the protagonists from Resident Evil 2, my personal favorite Resident Evil of all time. But number 4 was totally badass, and I totally loved killing zombie-like villagers by shooting them between the eyes. Coming in at number 5, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Now, it's a damn shame I'm doing this list now and not in a month's time when Uncharted 4 is released, because I promise you now that game would probably top this list. But Uncharted 2 was a phenomenal third-person shooter nonetheless. Sadly, something went wrong with Uncharted 3 and the shooting was not nearly as good as number 2. I just hope that when Uncharted 4 drops on the 10th of May, I know it's close, 3 weeks, I can't stop talking about it, that they get the shooting mechanics right. Come on, Naughty Dog! Coming in at number 4, the grandfather of cover-based shooters, it's Gears of War. Marcus Phoenix and his cronies basically wrote the book on how to do a good cover-based shooter. That's why it has to get on number 4's spot. Gears of War 1 was so good that it was recently re-released on the Xbox One, completely remastered from head to toe. And trust me, it is as sweet as ever. And if you're a Gears fan, you should have it on your shelf right now. Coming in at number 3, The Last of Us. Easily one of the best games to be released on the PlayStation 3 console. Pretty much anyone that had a PS3 played this game and they will know why is it our number 3 spot. It is just that good. From one of the strongest and most touching narratives in gaming history to some of the most solid third-person shooting controls I've ever used in my life. I can't highly recommend this game enough. If you haven't got a PS3 and you got a PS4, there's a remastered version, so get it and get it now. Coming to number 1, the godfather of slow motion bullet time, Mr. Max Payne, ladies and gentlemen. There was no one else that did slow motion bullet fights like Max Payne. Not even the sequel, not even the third game could come close to how revolutionary the first Max Payne was. I remember it coming out, and at the time I was convinced that graphics would never get better than what we had in Max Payne. Tons of games copied the magic bullet time formula that Max Payne invented after its release, but none of them had the flair that Mr. Max Payne had. Sir, I salute you. And coming in at number 1, Red Dead Redemption. There was only one gun in the West, and that was Mr. John Marston, and he knew how to use it. There was something about the shooting in Red Dead Redemption that just felt so satisfying. The guns felt powerful and lethal, and it even had its own version of bullet time, so to speak. It's something that I think was lost in Rockstar's next game, Grand Theft Auto 5, and I'm hoping to see it return in Red Dead Redemption 2 when it gets released or announced at E3. I personally haven't found a shooter as satisfying as Red Dead Redemption was, but maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, why don't you let me know in the comments. And that brings us to the end of this week's Top 10. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video for plenty more weekly gaming content coming at your face.